What's up, guys? It's Spiritoon Guy here, bringing you another PO post commentary. This time versus this random PO guy, BLUE. It was standard OU. It was pretty interesting. I'm actually using a different team that I recently made, based around Honchkrow. So let's just get right into it. So I'm gonna lead with Infernape. He's gonna lead with Tentacruel. I'm gonna go for the U-turn first turn. This isn't advantageous. So I go into Ferrothorn. He set up spikes, it's okay. The only thing that's really affected by the spikes is my Chansey and my Infernape. So anyway, go for Gyro Ball. Does a nice, very nice amount to the Espeon, and I'll be able to 2-hit KO it, even though he got an HP Fire Off. You know, it's just Ferrothorn being especially defensive and jazz. And so he goes into this, he Will-O-Wisps. I didn't feel like switching out here, so I just go for Leech Seed. So, you know, I don't have anything set up on me, really. And I thought he might go for Will-O-Wisp, predicting a switch into something. And then I get taunted, which I wasn't exactly expecting, but that kind of sucks anyway. So, next, he switches into his Tentacruel, for some odd reason. And I go into Gliscor. I'm not looking very comfortable here, but I don't have very much that can handle Tentacruel, surprisingly. So I go for Taunt, and he switches into Scarm for whatever reason. I'm not sure why I did that, to be honest. And then I was expecting him to switch here, so I went to Honchkrow. But he just goes for Brave Bird, and that surprises the hell out of me. But, you know, that kind of blows. So I switch into Magnezone, wanting to trap him. He keeps staying and going for Brave Bird. I don't know what the hell this guy's doing, but I mean, that just cost him his Scarm. But you know, this battle overall, I think I could have won it a lot easier if it weren't for some hacks. But anyway, he was in Tentacruel. I go to Infernape. He had switch advantage. That sucks. So I go for U-turn. I go right into Ferrothorn. He goes for Toxic Spikes. That's okay. I mean, it doesn't affect me too badly. And I believe here I just go for Leech Seed, wanting to sort of stabilize that burn damage I'm taking. And that's what I go for. I believe you actually gain health, even if your health stays the same. So anyway, he goes for Rapid Spin, spinning away the Leech Seed and jazz. And I forgot that Rapid Spin does that, because that's what I always forget. But that kind of blows. So I'm not going to be staying in here. I go into Honchkrow, hoping that he'd go for Rapid Spinning it, but he actually goes for Knockoff. And this is when things get a little bit strange. At that range, I know I'd be able to KO with the Brave Bird with Life Orb, but now I wasn't too sure. And he goes for Rapid Spin on my sub. I guess I need to get off away the rocks, but then I get off for Roost, which is good. I get some health back on Honchkrow. And then he goes for Rapid Spin again, and I'm guessing that was some sort of misclick. So I was a little bit confused at this point. So I go for Roost, and he goes for Skull Break my subs, and I make a mistake here. I should have switched, but I don't, and I go for Brave Bird. It wasn't a smart move. Should have switched to something that could take a Scald. And I get hit by the Scald, and it does a very nice chunk to me, and luckily I didn't get burned. But I go for another Brave Bird to finish him off, and that's what happened. So he goes into Sableye. I don't want to get burned here, so I switch into my Gliscor. And that happens. Nothing really affects that too much. So he goes for Taunt. I was kind of expecting that, which is why I go for EQ. It would have been 2-hit KO of that range for those cursed lefties. So I switch into Chansey for whatever reason. This is where I make kind of a mistake. I wasn't sure what I was thinking here. He goes for Recover, and of course he's just gonna taunt me. I mean, I'm not sure what I was thinking going into Chansey, because obviously I can't hit him with S-Toss, and then he just cripples me with a Taunt. So I don't know what the hell I was thinking there, but I go to Magnezone. He goes in Porygon 2. That's cool. I just Volt Switch out because I know I can't do it very much. And here I was just saying go, 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 because freaking guy was taking a while to move. But I go into Infernape, 30 mouth close combat. This is Choice Scarf Infernape. And I don't like it very much, to be honest. Choice Scarf Infernape doesn't hit anything very hard, especially if it's mixed like mine is. But anyway, he goes for Nightshade. That takes out my Pharaoh, unfortunately. This Sableye, man. This Sableye just irritates me the entire match. So I go for T-Bolt here. Brings it down. You know, if I had hit Fire Blast earlier, that T-Bolt definitely would have killed. But as you'll see, this thing gets so lucky the entire match. So he goes into Chansey. I go into Gliscor. He goes for Wish. I'm thinking he is gonna go to his you know, the thing with the prankster, and wow, I can't remember the name. And so that's why I went for EQ, trying to take it out, but he didn't, which kind of sucks. So he goes for Ice Beam, and that hurts. And now it goes, alright, Sableye, that's the name. So he goes back into Sableye. I miss Toxic, which really sucks. But, yeah, I start getting a little whiny because Hack just annoys me, I'm sorry. But, yeah, he goes for Recover. Unfortunately, my Earthquake is doing less than half, so that really stinks. I'm just sort of fishing here for a crit. Of course, I don't get anything. And you know, it's kind of making me sad. So he goes in Porygon 2. Go for an Earthquake, whatever. That happens. Then I switch out into Chansey, hoping to take something and get a Wish off. This is where I think I make a bit of a mistake. I should have Wish protected here. Oh no, I just went straight for Toxic being on the Sableye. I remember. I probably should have gone for Wish Protect there, just to conserve my Chansey a bit more. But it's already kind of crippled because it would get badly poisoned every time it comes in because String Grace, and or because Toxic Spikes. But anyway, I go in for an Infernape, not sure why. And I switch out with the U-turn. And I go in Honchkrow. Go for a Roost, hoping to get my health back. And he goes for a Wish. I believe here I go for a Brave Bird, hoping that would kill. But if I have my Life Orb, that probably would have, so that sucks. And he goes for Heal Bell, which is interesting. I guess it's to see if he can conserve his Sableye a little bit more. So it is a Cleric Chansey, which kind of sucks. And then I just start going for Brave Birds behind his sub, which was kind of dumb because I ended up taking myself out with Recoil. I should have roosted. But he went for S-Toss, and it didn't really matter too much. He could stall me out. So going for an Infernape, go for the U-turn, hoping he'd switch, but he doesn't. So I go to Gliscor. He gets up another Wish. Now I'm thinking he's going to go into the Sableye. So I just go for EQ. And that does take the Sableye right out. So that's a huge problem finally out of the way. It's like, you know, Hack's Gods wanting to keep that thing alive. But anyway, he goes in Porygon 2. Don't want to take an Ice Beam. Go into Chansey. I don't really... I know I can get off a Wish, but I know I'm going to die from poison. So I decided to go for the Wish instead of the Toxic in order to see if I could get the Wish off on my Infernape. But I thought this might do more. I was really surprised by that damage. But close combat, sure, it might be in a physically defensive Porygon 2. That did nothing. I swear. So, then I go into my Magnezone, Show Specs Magnezone, and I kill it with an unsuper effective move. So, whatever. That's just kind of strange. So, he goes for T-Bolt, then he goes for a Wish, and I just want my Magnezone to die at this point. I'm going to stall out some of his PP, because my last guy is Gliscor, which can basically stall that thing out. And I'm just going to put this on fast speed, because it's very stally at this point. He goes for Wish, stuff is happening, and it's pretty much a massive stall war for this point on. I think my Magnezone dies soon at this point. Yeah, it does right here. So now I go to Gliscor. Go for EQ for no reason because I was thinking he might protect. And he just goes for S-Toss, and now I just go for Taunt. And I think he realizes now at this point he's lost. So he just goes for spamming S-Tosses. Go for Protect, he S-Tosses. I kind of wish he'd forfeit at this point. Now I just go for Toxic, even though he's Heal Bell, which I don't know what I was thinking. But I was thinking he'd want to Wish a lot. Or no, I mean I could just Taunt him and prevent him from getting the Heal Bell off. So what am I thinking? So the stalling is happening, and I think on the turn after this one I make a mistake. Oh yeah, so he goes for S-Toss on that turn. The taunt ends, and I go for protect on a misclick, and he goes for heal bell. So that's actually kind of funny. Let's him live one more turn, but he really should have gone for a wish to give him any more fighting chance. But anyway, that was the game, guys. I hope you really enjoyed it. This guy was a pretty good battler. I think if I had better luck killing out that Sableye, I would have had much of an easier time taking out the rest of his team. But other than that, it was a great game. So I'll see you guys later. Peace.